Hello and welcome to Political Science for Civil Services examination lectures. So in last lecture we saw an introduction to the Indian political thought. We also took over the debate Indian political thought versus the Western political thought. So we'll continue on the debate. So what is the debate? So Western world in general does not recognize the existence of Indian political thought. According to them, Indians lack strategic culture. Indians do not have significant political ideas also comparable to the works of Western philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, etc. They say even Arthashastra is not recognized as significant work from the perspective of political philosophy, it's rather a book of statecraft. Even in many Indian universities, the study of political thought is not core area of political studies. So what are the reasons for this biased approach? The first reason is to fulfill the interest of colonialism, that is to establish ideological and cultural superiority of the West and give their theories like white man burden. The second major reason is that non-Western world lacked the tradition of writing history. Hence, there was no ready-made reference material available for Western scholars, so they could not study anything. So they said that we lacked strategic thinking and all. The third reason is a more genuine one. It says that Western scholars belonging to different socio-cultural contexts could not understand non-Western thoughts properly. However, nowadays in Western world, it is recognized that the non-Western political thoughts also matter. So let's start with ancient Indian thinking. There are two major traditions in ancient Indian thinking. One is Hindu tradition and the other one is Buddhist tradition. According to some historians, there is an enormous continuity in Indian thinking from ancient to modern times. Even Buddhism is not entirely a different tradition. Within Hindu tradition, there are two major traditions. One is Dharmashastra and the second one is Arthashastra. So let's start with Dharmashastras. Hindu texts are basically of two types, Shrutis and Smritis. Shrutis include the Vedas that were not written by anyone but are considered as the revelation of God to the 7 rishis. The Smritis consist of Dharmashastras, example Manusmriti. They are written on the basis of Shrutis, that is Vedas. They consist of Hindu personal law, that example marriage laws, etc. Shrutis were written in Vedic Sanskrit language, whereas Smritis were written in Lokik Sanskrit language. The only Dharmashastra that we will have to study is Manusmriti. So let's see what is this Manusmriti. The objective why Manusmriti was written was to maintain dharma, that is law and order. It contains practical rules of governing individuals, family and maybe varnas also. It also contains some sanskars. Manusmriti was written by Manu. Manu is considered as the first lawgiver and the teacher of mankind. It is believed that Manu has written the knowledge revealed by Rishi Bhrigu, who was one of the 7 rishis. The purpose of Manusmriti is preservation of life in this world, which will be done by observation of dharma. Hence Manusmriti talks of dharma, that is why it is also known as Dharmashastra. The concept of dharma is based on cosmic law known as Riti. So let's see what are the key ideas in Manusmriti. The key ideas are concept of dharma, varna system, ashram, sanskar, dan, duties of the king, prashchit and dand. What according to Manusmriti is dharma? Dharma is the path of righteousness. It is the foundation of life. It is based on the concept of riti. And it is the responsibility of the king to ensure that dharma is followed. Manusmriti also says that if dharma is not followed, it will lead to the destruction of the world. Manusmriti mentions that 4 ages that we talked about in last lecture. Satyug, Tretayug, Dwapar and Kalyug. It is said that in Kalyug, dharma will fall and will lead to pralay. Now let's see what this Purusharth means. Purusharth according to Manusmriti means the goals of life. As per Manu, there are 4 Purusharths, Dharma, Arth, Kam and Moksha. The 4 Purusharths are the 4 goals to be pursued necessary to sustain the life on earth. Hinduism does not talk about moksha from the beginning. There are different stages of life in which a person has different obligations to follow. Dharma Shastras do not neglect worldly pleasures, but they should be followed in dharma. So in which stage of life what Purusharth is to be followed? These stages of life are known as ashrams. There are 4 ashrams: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Let's see what political ideas are present in Manusmriti. The first political idea is origin of state, which is also called as quasi-contractual theory. It is said that people were suffering for monarchy, that is Matsyanaya, when they requested God to come and take away the synarchy. Therefore God gave a king to establish law and order. The second major political idea is the institution of king. Manusmriti says that king is created by God, therefore he is different from ordinary human beings. That is, king has a divine personality. Of different gods like Indra, Varun, Agni, Yam, Kuber have given a part of their personality to the king. The king has got divine personality, but he has not got divine power. That is, he cannot do whatever he wants, but he has to follow Raj Dharma. He has to have a Brahman advisor who will guide him based on Riti. Manusmriti mentions four Varna with their own Dharma. King is supposed to be from Kshatriya Varna, though in practice we find that it was not always observed. Raj Dharma has two components. The first is that it is the duty of king to respect Brahmins, and the second is that king has to work for the welfare of his people. Manusmriti also mentions the objective of the state to achieve Yogshem. Yogshem means helping people to achieve the four Purusharths.